You have prayed, have not found the resolution. You have believed, yet you find yourself stuck. I've been there. I've lived there. But the answer, you wonder, where is it? But it is found in a story that is very much familiar. It's just that we have slighted its importance and significance in our life today. That is the story found in the book of Exodus. In that story, we are told that the children of Israel were in captivity, Egypt, a place where their portion for freedom, their portion for joy, their portion for success was being reduced each and every single day. Does that sound familiar? Do you feel like your portion is being kind of measured, minimized? The economy says you can't have this. So your portion of living consistent with your interest is being portionized to a much lower scale than ever. The economy is squeezing you. The circumstances are squeezing you. Your situation is squeezing you. Life as a whole is squeezing you each and every single day. You are being portionized from that which you would have liked to experience in life. And so you are in Egypt, and that's where your journey begins. But the story tells that they did not stay in Egypt. But even when they were in Egypt, they lived in Goshen, a place of joyfulness, a place of possibility. Goshen symbolizes possibility. And it is in Goshen where Moses is born. It is at this area of possibility where we can find hope that it is probably possible. So you think sometimes. And that's why you've attempted, you've prayed, because you are seeking the possibility of freedom you want. Is this the same reason because you've gone to church? Because you are thinking you can find that mirror, that God will see you and give you that break that you seek. So how do you do it so you can find the place you want to be? First, before I go there, I'm going to do this in 5 series. And I'm going to start by, first we've identified that you're in Egypt. But there's a Pharaoh that you have to recognize. This Pharaoh is the one who pushed that portionization. So for you, Pharaoh is that idea, that assumption you've made that it is because of the economy. It is because of a Congress. It is because of the president or the White House. It is because of that person. It is because of my boss. It is because of my husband. It is because of my wife. It is because of being a person of this particular minority group or ethnic group, or this orientation or that orientation. So you give credit to certain things. And as long as those things exist in your life, you will find yourself in that particular condition. So you're saying if it is because of particular Congress, you're saying that as long as Congress exists, you will continue to experience the pain, the challenges, the stuckness that you find yourself in. As long as, if you say it is the president, as long as that president remains in power, you are saying you will continue to suffer the experience. So the idea that the president is doing this, or because of him or her, you are saying you are continuously being in the position you are. So that idea, that assumption becomes your Pharaoh. It's ruling over you. And the experience you are getting as a result of that becomes your Egypt. I think you can see the difference, the distinction between what Egypt is. Egypt is an experience, is the outcome, while Pharaoh is the idea that brings forth that experience. So I had a client who was struggling in giving birth. So therefore, and she believed, both her and her husband, there was this assumption that is because of something happened in the past. So as long as the past existed, they assume that they will continue to experience infertility. So the assumption of something happened in the past becomes the very Pharaoh, because it rules, it portionizing their experience. And the experience becomes the Egypt, because it's a product or a result of Pharaoh or that idea. I hope you get the point. And once you realize that, it becomes easier to move forward with your life. But where do you start? You start at the very place, recognition. And I'm going to weave in my 3I framework, which says the first step you must do in any transformation journey or anywhere you want to experience a fulfillment of your prayer, you have to start with recognition. Jesus said, if you pray, believe you have received, you will never know what to receive if you don't know what it is hurting you. And my process of idealization starts with recognizing the feeling that is making you uncomfortable. And that begins with you. Recognize who is your Pharaoh and what is your Egypt. So I want you to ask, before I go and move to the next video, I want you to do something simple for me. I want you to start thinking, what thoughts, what ideas you've had. And I'm not saying they're not real. You might have experiencing some discrimination at work. You might have experienced some mistreatment at work. And you say, because they've mistreated me this way, so therefore I feel this way. So the mistreatment you have experienced becomes the Pharaoh. Because you're saying is because of that, then you experience it. The experience that is unpleasant you are feeling becomes the Egypt you are residing on. So I want you to write down, and if you have time, comment and say, oh, I recognize now. My Pharaoh is, you name the idea that you have drawn from your experience or just assume to be the case. Maybe you're saying it's a Congress. Maybe you're going to say it is your friend, it is your parents, it's your dad, it's your mom, it's your aunt, whoever that you say, because they did this to me. So therefore, I cannot do this. And because I cannot do this, this is my experience I'm having. So that's the homework I'm giving you before you get to watch the second video. Until then, I'll be back. Share this video with your friends so they too can learn, can journey with you in this transformation using the story of Exodus. You can have an opportunity to come out of your Egypt. Save it for future references and comment, love, but most important, follow me or share it. Until then.